Hi guys, it's spring in Australia, still a bit nippy, and it's Saturday here, your Friday night in the US. Now, I didn't get to see the hearings live because it was 2 in the morning our time. So I'm just catching up with them all now. So I'm interested in your impressions. Let me know in the comments, what are your impressions of how that last set of hearings went? I want to know what you think about it. So I'm going to do a few of the races. I'm not covering all of them. I think Linda G, bless her, is doing not the whole of Congress, but she's doing the Senate and governorships. I'm just dipping in. And I wanted to let you know, Dave from Moonride and we did this beautiful video yesterday for you guys, how to stay calm in the next few weeks leading into the midterms. Beautiful video. It didn't record. So we've got to do it again next week. And they're never quite the same when you have to redo them. And also this week, of course, we have the Caveman of the Year award. There were a few contenders. There's some pretty hideous guys out there. But you know who won? Tell me if you agree. Alex Jones, Caveman of the Year 2022. Yeah. So he got fined this immense amount of money. But will he pay it? Or not? Or will he just pretend to go bankrupt? Or is it his whole business in his ex-wife's name or something? I mean, I'd just love to see his microphone taken off him and thrown in a bucket of water. Never mind the fine. Don't let him speak publicly. But anyway, I don't rule the world. So let's go. Now, what we have here. Ohio. Tim Ryan, I'm feeling good about Tim. I said when I read on him that he would win by a squeak, but that the machine would step in, the J.D. Vance GOP machine. So we have to keep a close eye on that. But I know a lot of you support Tim Ryan, and I think he'll get there. But everyone has to vote, so there's too many for them to lose, or, just leave them in the boot of a car or the trunk of a car, as you guys say. So I think there'll be some contention over that seat. Well, there'll be over a lot of them, but that one in particular. So now you've requested a governor's race in Maine. Apparently it's a three-way race, and I didn't have the time to look into it. So these are all cold reads, stone cold reads. I saw there was an independent, didn't have time. So I'm just going to do Janet Mills, who I think is the incumbent, but I can't be sure, I don't know. Janet Mills, Dem, versus Paul LePage, who apparently is a MAGA nutcase. So that's all we need to know for now. So in Maine, Janet Mills versus Paul LePage. Maine. Janet Mills, Paul LePage. Put her on the left, him on the right. All right, she's working hard. I will say that for her and him. Well, looking at this. Okay. Let's check these cards out. She's working. I'm almost getting the vibe of spiritual guidance here. Is there something is she practicing anything but in a good way? Or maybe this is just her having a little lie down before the last push in the last 2 weeks or something. There's just a bit of a pullback, I feel, from her in this minute. But she gets the King of Pentacles, which is a good outcome card. Don't forget, if you're learning tarot, with all the court cards, don't get too caught up with gender. A strong woman can be a king. A sensitive, in-touch man might get a queen. Let's not get tied up in gender. So not a bad outcome card for her. He, Lepage, on the other hand, this is him, could be a portrait. Don't know what he looks like, but this is what he's like in my mind's eye. I'm okay, you know. Yeah. He, of course, is chained to you-know-who. And he gets the Page of Cups, which, look, a page is lesser in the hierarchy. She gets a king, he gets a page. It's also water, meaning it's a fluid situation, but I would put more money on Janet Mills. Sorry, I didn't do the independent. Can't prove it. Now, while I'm shuffling, in some global news, Kazakhstan. Now, be honest, how often do you think about Kazakhstan? Not an everyday thing. So with the stands, I think there are 7 stands, and it's probably a quiz question. Who can name the 7 stands? I can Pakistan, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkestan. I can get to 5. Anyway, Kazakhstan, because they're all Russian satellite countries taken over by the sort of new imperialism of Russia, not just under Putin, this started before, but they're beholden to Russia is the point I'm getting to after all that. And they were supposed to be doing war maneuvers with the Russian army. And Kazakhstan has said no, they're pulling out. And that's great personal risk to themselves. You know, you don't want to displease Putin in that way. So that's a big deal. Okay. Yes. Now, MTG versus Marcus Flowers. I'm not actually going to read on it because I have a feeling that, again, the GOP operatives will just throw truckloads of money. Oh, maybe I should. Oh, MTG versus Marcus Flowers. I wasn't going to do it because I don't want to touch her energy. But anyway, MTG versus Marcus Flowers. Let's have a look. Him on the left this time, her on the right. This could also be contested, you know. I thought she would just get in. I really don't think Bobert's going to get in, right? Really, I don't. But MTG, anyway, what's his name? Flowers. Not fabby, but interesting. Moving away from choppy waters to still waters, meaning he could be going from being a hopeless, not because he's personally hopeless, but because the district is so red, etc. Moving to waters that are a bit smoother to hear his message. Here he comes with his message in the last couple of weeks to make a point, and things are being juggled. But bear in mind, this is the card of juggling and or manipulation. So she comes in, this is her, you know, mad as a meat axe, full pelt. I don't think this woman ever sleeps, all coming in, barrages of everything. But infighting with the GOP about her and what she represents, I think there are still possibly, out of 360 million people in America, there may be 5 or 6 who are Republicans who are thinking about changing their mind. In any event, they're arguing about it. But having said that, she has a lot of money. Let me just do a clarifier on the card of conflict. Let me do a clarifier here. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Page of Swords, which could be young people not being mad about her, but she gets the Fool card. That's her forging on, not thinking about anything much. Not a big thinker, our Marjorie. No. So back to what I was intending to do. A few viewers asked me about Nevada because the MAG candidate whose name is Adam Laxalt, apparently his family, I think that happened to Gosser or someone last election, his family have come out to support his Democratic challenger, which gives you an idea of how on the ball he is. His own family won't vote for him. So viewers have asked, this is for the Senate, Adam Laxalt versus Catherine Cortez Masto. Catherine Cortez Masto versus Adam Laxalt. Nevada Senate. What's happening here? Nevada Senate, please. Okay, so she's on the left, he's on the right. Oh, I don't like the theft card. Okay, so what Catherine Cortez gets, they're quite positive cards. She's defending herself very well. She's a bit of a ninja. She's good at what she does. Hopefully she's making people think. They're evaluating, you know, we've always voted Republican. Do we go for this guy who no one likes or something? She's causing people, I don't think this is her evaluating. I think it's Nevada voters evaluating her and him. She gets Ruth Bader Ginsburg in her corner. I like that. She gets the Justice card. So I'm thinking good. He gets money, like literally gets money. He's in it for the money. Money is all he thinks and cares about, and he is getting their support in order to steal, obviously, the election. If they won't stop at anything. They'll steal whatever isn't nailed down. They will take off with it. So I'm not happy seeing this card here. Queen of Pentacles at the end of the day. She's a more earthy queen and things might come to rest. There might well be a challenge over some fishy behavior in Nevada. Of course, Nevada's not new to fishy behavior and money talking. So there we go. Now, while I'm shuffling, did you catch up that Biden calls for the resignation of the 3 LA city councillors who were caught on audio with really racist, hideous comments? And he's called for their resignations, not in a literal way. He can't, I'm sure, overrule the state, but the fact that Biden interfered so much by having an opinion on it is really interesting, and it shows how upset they are. And they are Dems who are behaving badly. And he's trying to make the point, when people behave badly in our party, we try and do something about it. So bless him for that. Okay. Now, what we've got here, I'm going to do the Arizona Senate race. I'm getting out my little Italian cards as well. And again, I know nothing about these candidates. So the Dem is Mark Kelly and the Republican is Blake Masters. So Kelly on the left, Masters on the right. How's the Arizona Senate race? I'm quite interested in this because I think Arizona is a really important state when we look at the outcome of it all. So let's have a look here. What are their names? Kelly versus Masters. Kelly versus Masters. Here's Kelly. Oh, good, eh? Now, I was shuffling quite a long time and I've still got the conflict card. This is what is for him. This is what is haunting the GOP now. Now the rubber hits the road. They've got these dud candidates. She is at a turning point. She gets the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slow but steady wins the race. And then sitting pretty. I like that. I like that a lot. He gets the Magician, but not in a good way. He, meaning they, the GOP, will do everything. They're in the back rooms as we speak with this guy going, we've got to make it work. We've got to make it work. And they're strategizing their little buttocks off, trying to get him over the line. But she, to me, I'm going to say her, no, she, sorry. I think Mark Kelly, it's because I'm looking at the image of a woman here. Mark Kelly, sorry about that if I've used the wrong pronouns, which is very complicated in the modern world, but this was just old people's brain. Okay, I'm going to say Mark Kelly, but I'm going to just draw a couple of these clarifiers on Masters because this is a dirty tricks thing I'm looking at here. I don't think every single state's going to be up in arms over results, but there's going to be enough to draw out the process. So what else can you tell us, please, about Masters? Okay. Despair. I'm loving that. One shouldn't take pleasure in other people's pain. However, we're mortal. Despair. So I'm going to say Arizona, Senate, Kelly. Oh, please, 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 please. Now, before I go, I've got to tell you the next couple of collabs that are on. Tomorrow, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm on with Hogarth and Lady G. It's on Hogarth's astrology. If you haven't joined us for that yet, do. We have a great time. And then your Sunday night in America, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm on Becca's channel with Johnny and Jen Lynn. And so her channel is Becca House of Lenormand, L-E, new word, N-O-R-M-A-N-D, House of Lenormand. And that's usually a juicy one because it goes for 2 hours and we rave and shriek and fall about and have a great time. So they're both great collabs. So I'll see you over your weekend. Take care.